Zen Ray here. Welcome, Nick Nation, my band of brothers. I appreciate you guys coming on. This evening, we'll be on with Juby the 2B family above everything. We'll be talking about Danny Ainge and Leon Rose. Nothing is happening. It's a stalemate. But I have a question for everyone. Who do you think is winning this chess match? We'll be on with Juby the 2B family above everything. We'll be back in a few. And I put out a video earlier, and I've been getting a lot of feedback, hate type of feedback, some love, but mainly hate on Juluis Randle. And I put a video on Juluis Randle. Is he still the king of New York? We'll be speaking about that as well. The Danny Ainge, Leon Rose saga, we'll continue speaking about that. Nick Nation, my band of brothers, I appreciate you guys being here. I love all the comments and the interaction on my channel. The subscribers, I appreciate you guys, my band of brothers, Nick Nation, and continue. You know, you can subscribe if you share it, if you pass it on, and if they like my content, let them decide for themselves. Nick Nation, subscribe. You know, thumbs up, like the video if you do. And just when you get a chance, watch that Juluis Randle video I put out a couple of hours ago. I'll put a little update as well. I'll probably put it on as well. But we'll be back with Juby the 2B family above everything. We'll be coming on in a few.
Never give up. Never give up. Knowing that the best is yet to come with love, peace, and gratitude.
Welcome back. Zen Ray here. I put the wrong intro. I have so many intros. I put the wrong one. But hey, guys, I hope you enjoyed my old intro. But we're getting back with Juby the 2B family above everything. Let me bring him back on, and I'll bring him on for the first time this evening. And then we'll go over a little bit of the Danny Ainge and the Leon Rose predicament, who's winning this chess match. Welcome, Juby the 2B family above everything. Welcome, my friend. This Danny Ainge and this Leon Rose match is going pretty deep, and in your eyes, Juby 2B, welcome you and your family, family above everything. Welcome. In your eyes, who is winning this match so far?
Nick Nation, mi familia. I appreciate you guys here tonight. Thank you, everybody at Zenray Sports TV for being on here today. And as far as who's winning this battle right now, I honestly gonna say Leon Rose is winning, Zenray. 100%, because we haven't taken the bait and traded the house. So that's what's exciting. You know, like you said, I did watch, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you catch that Juluis Randle video. Fantastic video, audio. If you don't feel some kind of movement, if you don't feel some kind of love or hate or any kind of emotion for Juluis, this video will definitely heighten it. Fantastic video, so definitely check that out. But we'll get to that in a few minutes. But again, appreciate you guys. But definitely, Leon Rose is definitely winning the battle right now. And I think, like you like to say, Zenray, the best is yet to come for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, Leon Rose is playing a shrewd game of chess, and right now, the deeper it goes, I think Danny Ainge, his collar is going to get hot. His collar is going to get hot in a way where he's going to have to make a move. And I think we may be lucky enough. We may be lucky enough, fortunate, due to the Leon Rose regime being patient. Now, we never had this before. Back in the past, we would swing for the fences and say, hey, let's go for it anyway. We're going to get a Donovan Mitchell. But we may be lucky enough and fortunate enough that we don't have to trade players like a Grimes and a Quickly or an Obi or even a Deuce McBride. So, Nick Nation, give me your opinion on this chess match. Is this something that you see happening? Because right now, I'm saying, Nick Nation, Randle, Fournier, and these players will probably be at the start of the season here with a different type of twist, Juby. I think that Fournier will be coming off the bench, and I think Quentin Grimes will be starting at that two position, just because you have, Brunson, whose defense is not that great, and you'll have Grimes kind of backing him up at that instinct. But ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen the Juluis Randle video, I'm going to put that on real quick so you can take a little peek on it, and then later on you can watch it again. I put it on a couple of hours ago. Just check this out. It's Juluis Randle, Nick Nation. It's Juluis Randle, the king of New York. Give me your feedback. Here we go.
I'm a king, cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king, cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king, and I will never knew. Plotting for my fall, you getting hanged for treason. I don't aim to please, do anything I feel. Haters gonna talk, don't listen to the shit. They tryna be like me, they know they can do. Can't even get close, I'm on a pedestal, sitting on my throne. My neck be decked in gold. I don't do no hoes, I've got a queen though. I'm a king, cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king, cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king, I told you guys before. Ready for the war, to get me way much more. Gather all this poise, add them to my kingdom. Shout out to my fans for pledging your allegiance.
Ooh,
Oh,
to the
my
fans,
God.
we'll let you watch the rest later on. You can get to watch the full video. A couple of hours ago, I put it out. Do we have his allegiance? Are we backing Juluis Randle? Nick Nation, give me your opinion. Is he still the king of New York? I mean, he had his first season, he came here. He was called No Handle Randle. The second season, he flourished with Thibodeau, with no fans, basically, with the COVID situation going on. Last year, he was still a 2010 guy, but was a little bit out of control with the fans, with the players, with the people on the bench, with the coaches. But can he revert back to the Juluis Randle? Like I mentioned before, Juby, we all have skeletons in our closet. We've done good, bad, and ugly in our lives. But because he's a star, he's being criticized. They want to throw him out of New York. At this juncture, Juby, I see he's staying here. I mean, he has a lot of connections within the organization. And Juby, give me your opinion. Is Juluis Randle leaving New York in a trade? Does he deserve another chance in New York?
Listen, watching that video, like I just finished saying, if you guys couldn't hear me over that video, because what a fantastic video. Salute to you, Zenray. That was amazing. But listen, Juluis Randle is not the king of New York. I will say that. Talented, deserves 100% another chance. Watching that video, like I said, like I mentioned during the video, us Knicks fans were kind of blinded by all the shenanigans that he did last season on what he was to us. And watching that video kind of gets you hyped on how a Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, and Juluis Randle tandem can possibly be. I mean, when we think about it, if we have the Juluis Randle of the year before, not last season, with RJ Barrett of last season and improving with a Brunson, I mean, that's a scary trio right there. I'm not saying that it could 100% work, but I would be okay. I've said this before, Zenray. If we have Julius Randle, as long as he doesn't lose his mind and go crazy and try to pick fights with everybody. Listen, defend your team, defend your teammates, but don't fight your own teammates. Don't fight the refs. Just play the game and let the game speak for itself. The guy is a talented basketball player. He loves New York. Like you said, he has ties to the city, to the fans, although last season we saw that take a turn for the worse with his thumbs down. But listen, like you said, we all done things in the past that we're not proud of. Nobody is perfect in this world. And I definitely thinks he deserves another shot. But you got to give my man Obi the minutes as well. And if you're not going to do that, I'm going to say it again. If you're not going to do that, as much pain as I have, you got to set that bird free because the kid is talented as well. We gotta have a balance some way here, Nick Nation. You can't have Julius here and play Obi for 8 minutes. And if Tom Thibodeau can't figure it out, guess what? He can kick rocks too.
Yeah, I agree. And this is, you mentioned the key. The key is Mr. Tom Thibodeau. He is the key to this engine to run properly. And if Tom Thibodeau can get away where he can play the Obi and Juluis Randle at the same time, that'll be something very interesting. And I just want to give props to Raw Hebrew. Nick Nation, when you get a chance, I say the top talented YouTuber when it comes to Knicks information, Raw Hebrew. The spiritual man, I pay my respects to you, Raw Hebrew. You are the man. And let me tell you, I was watching his programming the other day. And let me tell you, Mr. Raw Hebrew, I'm just amazed by his gifts. He's gifted by the man upstairs, obviously, and he's gifted in his way of, he knows he's like a GM. It's like when I watch him speak, which I'm delighted to speak, it's like a general manager, president of a team, and he can probably run an NBA team, even the Knicks, because he is so talented and he knows his basketball. And he mentioned in one of his podcasts a few days back, playing Julius at the 3, which I never thought of. That's a great idea. This can work. Why is Juluis Randle in such a good shape, Juby? Is the 3 a possibility for Juluis Randle?
It could possibly happen. You know, Tom Thibodeau likes to play big players, big guards, big players. That's been his, style since he's been an NBA coach. And Juluis Randle, if we did not see him in these games that we've been watching him this summer, so lean and slim and cut up and able to jump out the floor, I wouldn't say it's possible with the old Juluis Randle, but seeing the way I've been seeing him, his elevation, his quickness, we know that we used to call him No Handle Randle, but listen, the guy can go. He can go left. So if it can work, Zenray, 100%. It can definitely work in situations for minutes at a time. I would say experiment with it and go with it. You know what I mean? I would love to see a tandem of Mitch, Obi, and Randle, and RJ and Brunson. It's kind of crazy.
I like it too, you know. And you figure that Donovan Mitchell averages about 25 points per game.
25.
Julius was a little bit over 19, say about 20 points a game. So think about it, either or. So if you keep Julius, he can probably give you the same production as Donovan Mitchell with better defense when he wants to play defense. And that's the key. He can stop the other threes in the league. And we have some tough threes in the league that he can stop. Tatum and some other threes out there that are very tough to stop. And Tatum is just an example. But I think Juluis Randle can do it. I think he can work his magic if he gets his head on right. He's in great shape. We saw him the other day playing in that pickup game with Brunson and Obi. He looked in fantastic shape. So Nick Nation, give me your opinion. Like Raw Hebrew, and I give all the props to Raw Hebrew, as he mentioned in his show a few days back, is there a possibility that Juluis Randle can play the 3? Give me your opinion, Nick Nation, my band of brothers. And also, if that happens, guess who'll be coming to town? Guess who'll be coming to town? We're going to show the man who's coming to town. He was with the youngsters, with the kids of America, show them a little basketball. And here is the future 4 and possibly 3 in the Knicks uniform coming up if Donovan is not here. And if Donovan doesn't come or here comes, expect this man to be here.
Let's go.
Carmelo Anthony with the youth. Look at him. He's just rocking his little 5-year-old, 6-year-old.
Look at that. Look at that step back. Ladies and gentlemen.
He's enjoying himself. Pick some of that your own side, Carmelo. Watch you pump him a little bit. He gets a little close, he pumps him. That's a missed shot.
We don't need him to do a whole bunch of stuff. Just a couple of corner threes. Like, what's that guy Zenray that used to come into the Knicks and he used to go like that with the belt?
Yeah. I can't think of his name, but yeah.
Listen, we could use him just like that. Just hit the corner, come in, and instead of going like this, he'll go like this, like he normally does with his 3 fingers. Hit a couple of shots, go to the bench. Listen, I told you guys, Knick Nation, mi familia, I told you, I'm on board 100% with a farewell tour and even possibly an extra year, depending on how it works out, for Melo to come back to New York. As long as Melo is not interfering with Obi, with RJ, and whoever else is here. Because let me tell you, Melo, as much as I got so much love for you and I love your game, I've been watching some other players on this team, some summer pickup games, Henry. I don't know if you want to speak on that, but Emmanuel Quickly and Cam Reddish, ladies and gentlemen, the first-round pick that we obtained at the All-Star NBA trading deadline that we forgot is still there. And if Donovan Mitchell doesn't work out, look out for this kid.
Yeah, and talking about Cam Reddish, he was in a pickup game, and let's show a little bit of the game. I mean, he looks solid. I mean, he's smooth. He looks 100% from his injury he had. Now check him out. Cam Reddish in white.
Oh, there you go. There we go. That's what we want.
Cam. Pass, good take, good finish.
Little lateral movement, little jump shot. We need those outside the wings to hit those threes. Bringing up the ball, we don't need him to do too much of that, but if he has to, there you go. Look at that, partying up. Ainge, come on. What are you doing? You gonna tell me you wouldn't trade up straight up for this guy? Look at this guy. See young Donovan Mitchell right there, probably in the making. Could be.
Nice. Defense.
Oh, look at the defense. You know. Let's get it. He was like, Okay, ISO, a little bit ISO Melo right there.
Got him.
There you go.
Shot, boy. Shot.
Listen, Juvie.
We don't.
Listen, Zenray, I'm gonna tell you right now. If that's what shows up to camp, Grimes can go to the bench.
Jeez. Take it to the house.
Evan Fournier could hit that bench, and we could start him.
No, it's
with
gonna be
RJ.
Prime, but imagine Cam coming off the bench doing stuff like this. Knick Nation, we don't have to make all these trades. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell will be great, and a Cam Reddish will probably exit within that trade. But if Cam is here with Barrett, you can see something special. And we have Samuel Cortez. Saludos, deseos, Puerto Rico.
Let's go.
Puerto Rico in the house. Viva Puerto Rico libre. Yes. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for coming on, brother. Viva Puerto Rico, mi hermano de Puerto Rico. Gracias. Thank you, Samuel, for coming on. I appreciate you, brother. Juby, it's a lot of good stuff happening, and we don't have to make a trade just to make a trade. Leon Rose is playing this game very, very well. Remember, this guy was a CAA agent. He dealt with players, and their agents, and he negotiated contracts. So he knows what he's doing. He's not a new kid around the block. He's going to come on strong, and we're going to get the team he's been building for the last 2.5 years. And with addition and subtraction, expect a Juluis Randle to be here. And I like Raw Hebrew's analogy of what he thinks that Randle can play that three. And he's strong enough to do it. He's in good shape. He's leaner, so he can move with the threes. And they talk about, and Raw Hebrew said it best. One of his, people said, one of these comments that somebody made toward him, saying that, oh, but Obi has slow feet. But he corrected him. He said, it doesn't have slow feet. It has to do with the hip movement. That's his Obi's Toppings dilemma. It's not his feet. His feet are fine. It's the hips, because his feet can power his way to a power dunk. His feet is the one that does that leaping ability, like a Stoudemire. You know, there's the 2.0 you mentioned, the hybrid of Stoudemire, Amari Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire 2.0.
Guys, when you get a chance, watch Raw Hebrew. I mean, 10 times much intelligent than I am. I'm a kid from Boricua, back from Puerto Rico, raised in New York City. I'm a New York Rican. But you want some knowledge, you ladies and gentlemen, and you want some insight, so deep insight. Watch Raw Hebrew. This guy, I was really astounded by his knowledge. He is some special, Nick Nation. He's my go-to guy if I need any information. He is very highly intelligent. Thank you, Raw Hebrew, once again, man. I mean, you've enlightened me in so many ways, and my gratitudes and my love toward you and your channel. And thank you. So getting back to Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is the key. The Lakers want him. It seems that he's involved in every trade.
Not for a first round. For me, Nick Nation, not for a first round pick. Unless you have the commitment from Danny Ainge stating, you get me one more pick, I'll give you Danny Ainge. I mean, I'll give you Donovan Mitchell. Do not trade Cam Reddish. Listen, we had some fans a couple of shows back. And when I mean a couple that, and I forget his name, and I apologize to you, that sat there and said, listen, forget about Donovan Mitchell. We got our Donovan Mitchell, and that's in Cam Reddish. And I wish I can give you the credit right now, because watching this film, even though it's just a summer pickup game, you see the potential this kid has. And to, the tools that he has. He can hit the jump shot. He has lateral movement. He can take it to the rim. That's what we're looking for, Nick Nation. We've been seeing him, Obi Toppin, Julius Randle, Brunson. We even seeing, me and Zenray, we even watched Emmanuel Quickly together. We don't have any video feed on that, from what I understand, but we watched him, and Zenray couldn't believe that was Quickly. I was showing him dunking and taking it to the hole. We were just like, what? That's Emmanuel Quickly? So you understand, if you watch these videos, why Leon Rose is hesitant to include any of these guys in this upcoming trade that we've been talking about for the past 2 months.
Listen, I agree. And listen, a lot of Cam Reddish's game, and I'm not saying he is this person I'm going to put on, but he was one of my favorite Knicks when he came here. I mean, He was from UNLV. Bad back kind of slowed him down a little bit. He couldn't leap as he used to when he was traded to the Knicks. But he is my grandmama. The L. Grandmama. Larry Johnson. He's one of my all-time favorite Knicks. I see a lot of his shot. Like, if you see Cam's shot, I'm not saying he's a grandmama, but he has the leaping ability that grandmama had at one point. I mean, look, I want the old Knick kind of team that we had in the past, and we just did a belated birthday for John Starks. Once again, happy belated birthday to John Starks. The Ewing was his birthday last week as well. I mean, these old Knicks were a team that had substance that we look forward to watching every day. That's all we want with this Knicks team. Now it's up to this gentleman here, Tom Thibodeau, to bring this youth together. Leon Rose is giving you the pieces, Tom Thibodeau. It's up to you now to bring this team together. All right, Samuel Cortez. Gracias, mi hermano. Francisco, we need to appreciate Cam as a number one pick. I agree. We gave up a number one pick for him.
We gave up a number one pick for him.
What do you think? right now, Donovan Mitchell is a big talk. We don't have to make this trade, Nick Nation. We have enough tools in this toolbox. And like I said, it's up to this guy here to put it together, to figure it out, not to have that confused look in his face as he has now.
I was just going to say, he looks confused in that video.
Well, that's what happened last year. He was so confused last year. I mean, this team should have been much better. And let me just say something else, okay? There is, and we're going to get away from Francisco. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming on. And Francisco makes another good point before I go on to my other point. Cam fits with the kids. He does. He's perfect.
100%.
He is 100%. Perfect. Tom Thibodeau has to find time for him. And Cam, you have to stop getting injured. That's the key. If you can,
Zenray, he only got hurt once with us. Remember, he came to us with a snagging calf injury that he had in Atlanta. That took a little time. It took, I think, it was approximately like 7 games. Then he got back. He was with us for about a month before he got hurt, and in that month, we probably saw him 3-4 times. So again, it comes down to Tom Thibodeau playing this kid.
Yeah, I totally agree. Francisco says Tibbs confuses us. Listen, Francisco, I totally agree. I mean, there was confusion when they were bringing in Burks instead of bringing a Quickly in, starting a Burks instead of starting a Quickly, or even a Deuce McBride coming off the bench. But he decided, like Juby the 2B said in last week's show, decided to play him 40 minutes a game. That made no sense.
Show that video again of him. Show the video of him again. Tom Thibodeau, put his face on again on the screen.
This is the face ad.
This is him realizing that he played Alex Burke too much. Maybe at the end of the season, he was like, well, maybe I should have played Quickly. Maybe I should have played McBride. And wow, look at Obi Toppin. That's the face he has right there.
But let me also say, we were kind of the laughing stock last year, and that was not cool.
Hey, my friends are back.
Have a little fun, nation. But also, I'm kind of disappointed in Richard Jefferson. Always a Knick hater, always bashing the Knicks. Let me put on him in an interview bashing the Knicks again. And like he knows basketball. And if he was the president of the Knicks, he would destroy this team. Let me put on this video.
He has that New Jersey net blood in him.
Oh my gosh. I don't say I hate him, but he has here we go.
Someone's going to come to New York to play currently right now with RJ Barrett. Currently. I'm not saying that this can't progress. People would go play with Donovan Mitchell. People would be like, oh, if he's there, okay. I'll go team up with that guy. Right. And that, to me, I just think that's where I think Knick fans, you get a bit delusional. Respectfully, when you're like, well, we don't want to, we give up everything. You don't have anything. You don't have anything but RJ Barrett. And I know you got picks, but you don't have it. Like RJ Barrett is the one thing that you would look at is an asset, like that teams might want. And I was also, told that I don't even know if Utah is going to want him, because Utah, if they're trying to get younger and want to try and do a full rebuild, they might not want a player that is going to want damn near a max contract next year. And RJ Barrett's good enough to win you games. So if that's not the direction that Utah's trying to go, maybe they don't want him and maybe you get to keep him, but you're going to have to give up every damn pick you got. And you might have to trade some players to get some more picks, especially when you look at what they got for Rudy Gobert. So like all of your picks and some other picks might not be enough. So the Knicks, if you have a chance to get Donovan Mitchell, you get Donovan Mitchell.
And we sound alike when you say that, the last few words you just said. When you have a chance to get Donovan Mitchell, get Donovan Mitchell. Because I've been arguing with Knicks fans who don't want to give up Quickly, don't want to give up Toppin, don't want to give up Grimes. I'm like, are you crazy?
All y'all
are you crazy?
Go. All y'all can go. Like you saw Brandon Ingram was better than every one of those players. Every one of those players. Brandon Ingram left LA because Anthony Davis is that dude, right? Yep. And look, say what you want about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is that dude. He's a 25-12 guy, right? Like he's that dude. Hasn't played great the last couple of years, but when you look back on that trade, and you had to give up Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, you had to give up picks. You had to give up Brandon Ingram, a future young all-star. Like, think about that. You don't want to give up Brandon Ingram, but if you can get Anthony Davis, you better. And Anthony Davis was 26 years old at the time. Like, that's the move you make.
Listen, that's why Richard Jefferson is New Jersey Nets legend. That's the only place you could have become a legend, because you would have played for any other team. I'm sorry, Richard Jefferson, you would have been no legend. NBA championship, what? NBA champion. The Nets did not win an NBA championship. So I mean, he probably won it the year after with another team. But
I think he won. He won it. Didn't he play with Cleveland with LeBron James in Cleveland?
Possibly.
I think that's how he got. That's how he got his chip.
I don't know.
Listen.
You know something? I'm disgusted by the thing he says about the Knicks. I mean, look, if he was our GM president trading all these players, he forgets to mention the picks they want as well. So you want to give them 6, 7, unprotected picks plus a quickly. I mean, I'm not making a big deal about a quickly. Don't get me wrong. And probably a Deuce McBride and a Cam Reddish. Yes, we'll give players like that. But when you have to give 7, 8 unprotected picks as Danny Ainge is asking for, it's just crazy. Give me your opinion, Juby.
Well, listen, first of all, that Bob the Builder New Jersey Net guy, I don't know how he can sit there and compare and act like he was a superstar in his time, because in my opinion, Quentin Grimes is a better player than him right now that he ever was. So, and Cam Reddish has the potential. So besides that, listen, what really grinds my gears, to quote Mr. Peter Griffin, is basically he said RJ Barrett is just an asset. Are you kidding me right now? That we should, and the other guys, excuse me, guys, I'm not trying to pick a fight with you. You're sitting there saying trade up everybody, Obi Toppin, who, Donovan, RJ Barrett, who? I mean, listen, these guys are not superstars, but they're very, very good players that every team would love to have. And what are you going to trade the house for a Donovan Mitchell? And what you're going to be left with? Come on, Nick Nation. Richard Jefferson, thank God he was never involved in Knicks management or Knicks PR. Keep him over there in New Jersey, where at the other side where he belongs, not even in Brooklyn. He's a New Jersey Net. Right. And that's why he has that way, his mindset.
So it's two things about what he said that confused me. I have the same Tom Thibodeau face of confusion.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, it was ridiculous. And also it was kind of laughable when he insulted Nick Nation by saying, that the Knicks, we're delusional. That was his word against Nick Nation. So Richard Jefferson said that we, Nick Nation, are delusional. And I have to say that is, with saying anything else that's rated X. I just keep the Zen in me.
I can't even laugh like my buddies, the Minions, right now, because that guy, like I said, is just absurd. I don't know, where does he get the cojones to keep it rated G to bash New Yorkers and to say that RJ Barrett is not an asset, that when people hear Donovan Mitchell name, they want to play with him, but when they hear RJ, they go, That's what he's trying to say. I mean, come on, dude. You weren't even that good of a player. I'm pretty sure you got a championship with LeBron James, and it's because of LeBron James and a Kyrie Irving, if that's the case, that you got it. So,
and I want to give Francisco. He's been great so far. I'm gonna give him the LJ for Francisco, because he makes a good point. We got a point guard. This point guard is only going to make the team better. So if we keep Cam Reddish, we keep a Juluis Randle, we keep the core. Just having that point guard makes a big difference how this engine is going to run. So thank you, Francisco. And Francisco makes another point. He gets an LJ. There you go. We ain't rebuilding the Jazz for Ainge, and that's what Ainge is looking for. He's looking for these young assets in our young core of kids to start their rebuild and use the picks as another tool of rebuilding. So, yeah, Francisco, you make some good points. I appreciate you, brother, and thank you for getting involved.
Salute to you, Francisco.
Francisco. So, you heard Richard Jefferson. You saw Cam Reddish. We're going to put Cam Reddish one more time. If you came on late, you're going to see a little bit of Cam in action here. He looks actually good. He looks fluid. I mean, this is only a pickup game. We can't go too much by it, but look at how fluid Cam Reddish is, his athleticism, and he even plays a little defense here too as well.
Hey!
Splash.
Shot looks fluid.
Cam.
Looks fluid.
Pass.
Nice
Big year
arc.
with a point
Pass.
guard.
Good take. Good finish.
Him running the floor with Quickly and Rose and Brunson, if you have to. Oh my God.
And Obi, you could throw Obi in there as well.
Ooh. Look at that body.
Oh. Set it, Dame. Good take, son. Good take. Splash. Oh.
Split the
Nice.
two defenders.
Yeah, it's a pickup game. These guys are not NBA, but he looks fluid.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
He's not even running hard. He's sprinting. You know. What I like is that he's showing he's playing
Shot,
on
boy.
both sides of the court. Right side, left side. He's not just going left like Stephen A. Smith likes to say, and he's showing you different levels of his game, even if it's just a pickup.
Ouch. He took it to the house. Nick Nation, give me your opinion. Cam Reddish, stay, go. Should we make this trade? I mean, ridiculous. Leon Rose, I say he's going to wait this out. And if we don't make the trade, it doesn't make the team. I expect a bounce back year from Juluis Randle. I expect Cam Reddish to get more minutes, come off the bench. If you can pull in like 10, 12 points a game off the bench. Obi can play that 4, that Juluis Randle, as Royal Hebrew mentioned on his podcast show on YouTube. When you guys get a chance, check him out. Playing him at the 3 is not a bad idea. That's the way you'll get Randle and Obi their playing time, especially Obi. Obi needs more, like you said, Juby, in the last show. He needs more than 25, 30 minutes a game to see his effectiveness. I think it could work. I can think you could put Juluis Randle at the 3. That's a great possibility. He burned all that fat off him. He's in great, fantastic shape. I mean, I can see that happening. What do you think? Can you see Juluis Randle playing that 3, Juby?
Like I said at the beginning of the show, if you guys missed it, if before seeing this summer, seeing these pickup games that I've been seeing with Juluis Randle, I would tell you no, that they're probably going to play Obi at the 5 or Julius at the 5 and Obi at the 4, and that's how they will experiment. But seeing all the weight that he's dropped, the first, he has actually a first step now, and I'm here to say that Julius has a first step. It's not just no handle Randle. He can actually move right now. He has a bounce to his step. And like you said, I honestly think he's going to have a bounce back year. Whether that's hopefully, playing with us or, if he gets moved, I look to him to even possibly, if I can see the potential in him, he can make the All-Star game.
Yeah, listen, this is the key right here. We're going to mention this again. He is the key. It's Tom Thibodeau. He cannot be confused about playing his youth. If he does it, this Knicks team can go places. He has to trust youth. I mean, you can see you so quickly grow before our eyes. Obi grow before our eyes. We have players there. Now you have to let Cam and McBride grow before your eyes. You have a good bench as well. This bench with Rose, we forget Rose didn't play most of the year. So let's see what happens, Nick Nation. This is the key. Tom Thibodeau and Francisco. Cam got hurt playing defense. Yes, he did. He fell on that shoulder. He came flying down to make a defensive stop. Yes, I remember that. Thank you, Francisco. Nice. He's nice. Listen, when he plays ball, he is really nice. Nick Nation, my band of brothers. I put a video out earlier on if Juluis Randle is the king of New York. When you get a chance, just watch it. I put that video a couple of hours ago. We're going to be ending the show soon. I just want to thank everybody who came on. Francisco, I appreciate you, brother, for coming on. Samuel, Keith Turner. Oh, we have Keith Turner in the house. Now, since Keith Turner is in the house, we're going to stay on a little longer just because of Keith Turner. He's the man, Nick Nation. Samuel Cortez. New York Knicks should give up the young players a chance, and Cam should be untouchable for now. Randle is going to have an all-out All-Star year with a point guard.
I think so.
Agree. That gets the LJ. That gets the LJ. Yes, Samuel. That's a very good point. He makes a good point, Juby. You know, these young players are going to have a chance, but the key once again is going to be Tom Thibodeau. What can he do? Is he going to trust the youth? I think he's going to have no choice because I think Leon Rose and the regime has spoken about this. Keith, thank you, Samuel. Keith Turner, my friend, welcome. It's nice you've come on tonight. We usually do Friday night shows. We did one Sunday. We changed the schedule up a little bit, but I appreciate you being on. Keith Turner, this team has currently constructed a lottery team. No need to play Randle out of his position for Obi because he can't even play the three. Yes, that's the unknown, Turner. When you get a chance, watch Raw Hebrew. He breaks it down in a way where it makes sense. So when you get a chance, watch Raw Hebrew, knowledgeable. I say the most knowledgeable Nick content creator on YouTube. I say that. Hey, say as you may. It's coming from Zen Ray. Yes, watch Raw Hebrew, Keith Turner. You'll see what he's talking about. He breaks it down. I think he can play the three. I think if you keep Randle here, Juby and Keith, you have to give Obi that chance and shine at the 4 position. That's very, very critical in this man's future right here. In this
He's on a short. I think he'll be on a short leash too.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Keith Turner. Thank you, my friend. We've got Mike. Hey, Mike. Cam is far from untouchable. We're not saying he's untouchable, Mike, and I hope that's not what you're thinking. I'm saying that if we don't make this Donovan Mitchell trade
for a first-round pick,
yeah, I mean, if you don't make this Donovan Mitchell trade, we can stay pat. Because right now, Leon Rose ain't budging, he's moving. He's walking away from Danny Ainge's, I would say, nonsense. Because that's what he's asking for the house. He's asking for the dog. And he's asking for the wife as well, Mike. I appreciate you, brother. And I can laugh with you because I think you're correct in that aspect. Cam is far from untouchable. But if you don't make any trades for Donovan Mitchell, if you don't make that trade with Donovan Mitchell, you have to keep this youthful team intact. We have talent. We have a point guard. We have our general in Brunson. Hey, Mike. Samuel, gracias, mi hermano. Keith Turner. Okay, Keith, I hope you're, watch Raw Hebrew. Nick Nation, Raw Hebrew. Look him up.
Watch his next comment.
Raw has a PhD on the Knicks. Oh, yeah. Francisco, I guess you've watched Raw Hebrew before. Listen, I was amazed. I've watched them a few times now. And this Latino, this New York Rican here, has nothing on him. Nothing. Nada. Raw Hebrew is the man. I bow and salute to Raw Hebrew. He has more than a PhD, man. This guy has knowledge. He can run his own NBA team with the knowledge he has. So when you guys get a chance, that's Raw Hebrew.
I don't think Keith feels like that, Zenray. You missed a comment from Keith.
Thank you, Francisco. If we all need to get rid of Grimes to get Mitchell, Knicks are dumb and Rose. Are you kidding me? No, Mike. I have said you have to probably give up a Grimes in this trade. But the question is, how much leverage does Danny Ainge have? How much, Mike? How much leverage does he have? Juby, how much leverage does he have? Do you think he wants to get stuck with Donovan Mitchell on the team next year? He'll get probably 6-7 unprotected picks and probably a Cam Reddish and probably a player between Quick and Cam. Quickly and Grimes. But I don't think he's going to give up all these players and all these picks, these unprotected picks, to just get one player. And this is the stalemate right now between Leon Rose and Danny Ainge. At the end, Rose is just waiting him out. He's just waiting. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you, brother. Someone here did. Okay. I don't know who did. Probably I did. I'll take the blame for it. I take the blame for it. Francisco, thank you. We just need to see what we have. We have a future. Stick to the plan. Mike, I think that's what we were trying to do, Mike. Francisco, good point. We're trying to stick with the plan. We're trying to stick with the plan, ladies and gentlemen. Parrish, Tibbs, the whole story. I don't know if he's creative enough to max his talent out to their full potential. Parrish, I agree. I agree, and this is the look. This is the look of confusion. This is the indecisiveness.
Yeah. You know what's funny, Parrish? Me and my coworker was talking yesterday, and he's a big Brooklyn Nets fan, unfortunately. My condolences to him. But Zenray knows who I'm talking about. I worked with him yesterday, and he was basically telling me that Kevin Durant and Steve Nash are unhappy. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are unhappy that they have Steve Nash as their coach. That they need somebody like Doc Rivers would be great for them. I think Tom Thibodeau falls along in the same category. Tom Thibodeau is a good veteran team coach. He would have been perfect for LeBron James in LA, in Miami, but the Miami got their coach. In Boston, teams like that already have an established star on their team and they know what to do. Tom Thibodeau, I don't see it lasting very long, Nick Nation. I said that since the beginning. I know we got Johnny Bryant there waiting in the wings. And I think I'm going to speak it to the universe, and I think it's going to happen, especially if things don't go right.
I agree.
Season.
Paris makes a good point. You make a great point as well, Julie. Johnny Bryant was the next words coming out of my mouth. You just took those words out of my mouth. Listen, Parrish, I think the player who has the max value and creativity to work with these young players is Johnny Bryant. Johnny Bryant is a guy that, like Juby says, by the halftime All-Star break, if this team is not moving along the way they should be, I could see Tom Thibodeau being terminated or being moved to another position within the organization, because that is Leon Rose's boy. But he has to do the best for the team. But Parrish, that's a great call on your end. I give you the Larry Johnson. There you go. That was great. That was Parrish. I appreciate you, brother. Francisco, el nene sabe. El nene sabe. Sí, el nene sabe muchísimo. El nene sabe muchísimo. And that's raw Hebrew.
Raw Hebrew, yeah.
Okay. Sing is ridiculous. Okay, I don't really understand what he's trying to say, Mike. What is ridiculous? Is a ridiculous. Okay, we'll catch up to you, Mike. William Rios, I firmly believe that the Knicks' young guns can take us back to the playoffs. It's definitely in Tibbs' lap. He fails miserably. He has the tools to win and just kept beating that dead horse. Big up. Yes, William, your basketball. He beat that dead horse to a point. The Knicks were out of it, and he had no choice but to play the youth. Juby, how dead is that dead horse that William is talking about? And William, you get the LJ. You go. There you go.
That dead horse that he's talking about, man. Listen, we got rid of the partial problem and we signed a solution. The problem was Alex Burke was our point guard for 85% of the season. Pretty much it felt like, and we just signed the legitimate point guard who's having a summer. And I'm gonna say, I know it's summer pickup games, but the kid looks good. The kid looks like he's made. Like I like to say all the time, he's thick-skinned. He's ready to take on the Garden and everything that comes with it. And I think he's going to have a breakout year too. And I think he's going to make players around him. I don't think his numbers are going to blow us away. I just think he's going to make everybody else around him that much better.
Yep, I totally agree. And thank you, Juby. That's great insight on your part. And William, definitely a great insight on your part. I'm just going to give you another LJ for the fact, man. All right. Thank you, William. G-Man, welcome, my brother, my Rican brother. How you doing, G-Man? It's nice to have you. We kind of missed each other last week on the show. I greatly appreciate you coming on, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Good. What's up, man?
Warren, Charlie Ward's cousin from the 90s in the building. Oh, wow.
Hey, what's up, Warren?
Charlie Ward, man. The most underrated Knick. Great and a Heisman winner in football. So the guy had talent, but the most underrated Knick, Charlie Ward. Warren, appreciate you having on. We love Charlie Ward. He always had everything organized. He was that point guard that knew where to take the ball, when to drive. Hey, hooray to Charlie Ward.
He also started that confrontation with P.J. Brown against Miami, which was fantastic.
He didn't back down. People didn't realize this guy's a football player. He didn't take no nonsense, Charlie Ward. But Warren, I appreciate you, brother, and pass our regards to Charlie Ward, my friend.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Mike, if we're not making any moves, better off losing one more year and getting at the top of the lottery. Mike, you know something? We're in a position where we're not going to be at the top of the lottery. We're going to always fall flat. And that's why Thibodeau has to make his move with the youth and develop the youth, because if he doesn't, we're going to flatline. We're going to still be between 10 and 13 in picking. You can't build a team that way successfully. Maybe Leon Rose and his regime probably can, but I think Nick Nation is not looking for that. And Mike, I want to get your opinion. Do you think Brunson is enough to ignite players like a Juluis Randle, like a RJ Barrett, like even a Cam Reddish on the team? To the spacing would be better on the floor. Do you think the Knicks, how many games better do you think if you leave this team the way they are now? How many games better? Are they 10 games better than last year? 12 games better? Give me your opinion, Mike. Thank you. Parrish, I feel the combo of Quickly and OB is 45 points every game. So to overpay for Donovan Mitchell is ridiculous. Parrish,
Agreed.
we said that. And I think we have differences with Mike and some other people commenting.
No more lottery. No, Mike, respectfully, no more lottery for me. I'm going to tell you, as a Knicks fan, I don't want to hear that we're playing for the lottery. It's enough. We have enough young assets. We have enough youngsters that we can develop. I think we're so accustomed to being such a lottery team for the last 10 years that we've grown to be like, oh, we'll be in the lottery. We'll be in the lottery, the top 10. No, we don't want to be in the lottery. Give me a give me a 27th pick and let me be in the playoffs fighting for a chance to be in it. I'm done with being in the top 10 as a Knicks fan since 1989. I don't want to hear it anymore. Respectfully, appreciate the comment, but it's time to move forward and not backwards, and no more thinking about this lottery stuff. Let's go get it.
Mike does make a good point. Think about it. This team, the way they played last year, and the coach, like Parrish says, the coach is the person who's going to make the difference on this team. And if Coach Tibbs coaches like he did last year, this team is going to end up in the lottery somehow, some way. Even I feel it's not going to happen. I think the whole having a Brunson and a point guard that
I was just going to say we got Brunson.
I can say right now and this is probably Nick Nation, you're probably going to jump on me. I say low 48 wins, high 52 wins this coming year if the team stays the way they are. Nick Nation, give me your opinion on it. Parrish, once again, you get the J. There you go. Thank you, Parrish. William Roas. William. Oh, thanks. All right. Thank you for coming on, my brother. Francisco, I like the face Brunson and Sims wear on the court. They play, but it ain't playing. I like the face Brunson and Sims wear on the court. Okay, I don't understand that, Francisco. If you can write that again. I'm confused what you mean there, but I appreciate you coming on. Thank you, Francisco, man, brother. You're the highlight. You just get an LJ for your comments today, my brother. Thank you, Francisco. Gracias. Warren, CWC, I appreciate the love panel. Hey, chat. Hey, Warren.
All right. Warren, we appreciate you stopping in.
Appreciate you, the panel, and everyone here. We're going to go to our Boricua friend of mine, G-Man. Word, ping pong balls never bounce our way. G-Man.
That's what I'm saying, G-Man. That's what I'm saying. Enough with the lottery. We got RJ Barrett, diamond in the rough. You know, we got Obi Toppin. We got Mitchell Robinson. We got we got Quickly. We got Grimes. What else do you guys want? Like, do you want to find a Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant in this draft? Is there a guy out there? All I keep hearing about is the 7-foot guy that Oklahoma wants, and they want the number one. They want to get that number one pick. Like I said, G-Man, me personally, and I'm no more lottery talk for me. It's time to be positive. We're not going to be in the lottery. We're going to win 45 to 52 games next season, and we're going to be in that playoff hunt. That's it.
There you go.
Case closed.
Say it to the universe. Say it to the universe.
That's it. That's
Put it out
it.
to existence.
Thank
you, G-Man.
No more
Thank
lottery.
you. Chuby.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt that says "No lottery, Knicks no lottery, 2022." That's it. I had enough.
Thank you, G-Man. Appreciate you. Samuel Cortez, I agree with Parrish. Yeah, we agree. Parrish, listen, Parrish, it makes a lot of sense. And I like, you didn't answer what Parrish said before, that he feels like the combo of Quickly and Obi can do 45 points. I don't know about 45 points every night, but they can ignite that crowd together. I think they can put up anywhere between 30 and 40 points. I wouldn't say every game, but there'll be nights that they can put up those numbers.
They have the potential to do that.
Yeah. So I feel Parrish makes some good points, and I agree with you, Samuel, that Parrish is the man, and you both get LJs. Woo! There we go. Grandmama. All right. Warren. Salutes Parrish. Yes, salutes.
All right.
Thank you. They're serious. It's their job. Yeah. Look, somebody has to do their job. Look, and the number one guy who has to do their job here is this guy here. And he can't do just an adequate job, Nick Nation. It has to be like knowing when to bring the vets in when you need to, knowing when to bring the young, youthful of OB, like Parrish mentions, OB and Quick together, that's coming together on the court. There were games last year where they combined 40, 45 points a game. I mean, look, the future is bright. It all depends on Tom Thibodeau. Thank you, Francisco.
Orange and blue skies for sure.
Francisco says we're good. Yep, we're good.
We're good.
IQ and OB depends on Tibbs. Yes, this is the man.
For sure.
This is the man. This is the man who can create this
I think he figured it out, guys. Nick Nation. I think he figured it out last season that he made a big mistake.
And he admitted it.
And he admitted it. So I think do I think he's gonna go back to his old ways at times? Absolutely. I think in certain game situations, we're gonna be sitting here on post game yelling at him, saying why he didn't put this, why he played this player too much, why was Evan Fournier in the game if he's still here when Cam Reddish should have been in the game. But I think he learned to a certain degree, and I definitely think it's gonna be an improvement this upcoming season on him playing the youngsters. I think Obi should 25 minimum minutes a game, as well as Emmanuel Quickly.
I agree. Hey, chat, if you could put the thumbs up, do it for your Rican brothers here. NYC, New York Knicks, Zen Ray Sports TV. Give your thumbs up, give your likes. If you get a chance, just comment as well, and just share the content to others who may be Knick faithfuls like ourselves. We love the Knicks. Let them decide from themselves if they want to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, when you get a chance, just press the subscribe button. It's for free. We don't charge. It's all for free. We don't charge for subscription. It's gratis. Tu entra, tu habla de los Knicks. You come in, you talk about the Knicks, and we give you a little LJ on the side. Where's LJ? There you go.
Number chill vibes.
Thank you, Francisco. That's a good point. William, if Randle plays the way he did 2 seasons ago, we will win minimum 44 games. I agree. Quickly, Obi got the talent to win every time they're on the floor. Yeah, William, listen, I think the key, and Nick Nation says it, we have a point guard. When is the last time we had a competent point guard? And look, in the playoffs, you saw what Brunson did in the playoffs. Not only against Dallas, but against Phoenix.
Yeah.
He made his money in those 2 series. He made his money. You know, if people saying, "Oh, he's not worth this type of money," come on.
Well, he averaged 16 and he averaged 16 in the season, which are still great numbers, and like 5-6 assists in the season. I'm not talking about postseason. So he's ready, man. Like I said, he got to play with one of the league's best in Luka, and he just got tired of being the Pippen to Jordan, if you will, and he wanted to come home and be with family. And get the keys to Gotham and bring us back to the promised land.
Yeah, so I also want to talk about something else really quick. And this kind of, I mean, this is how much hate the Knicks get, not only from Jefferson, as we put the into Richard Jefferson talked, you know.
Oh, I'm glad you brought this up. I'm so happy you brought this up. Ridiculous.
Knicks get no kind of love at all, and we expect that until we prove something. We're not going to get love, but this can only ignite RJ Barrett to become the player he's going to become. When you talk about Donovan Mitchell being this player, I think RJ Barrett can be a Donovan Mitchell and better. You give him a couple of more years, he gets better every year. Nick Nation, give me your opinion, Nick Nation. RJ Barrett, we keep on talking about Donovan Mitchell, you know, Mike, Warren, Samuel, G-Man, Francisco, William. Give me your opinion. RJ Barrett, we forget about this dark horse because, you know, we take him for granted. RJ Barrett is the guy who can become a Mitchell or better in the future. Give me opinion, Nick Nation. I say The Knicks are not going to do this Donovan Mitchell trade right now. It's going to go down to the wire. If we stayed with the team, Knick Nation, would this team be better or worse with having Donovan Mitchell? So if we had Donovan Mitchell, is that better for the Knicks? Or is it better not having Donovan Mitchell and letting these young horses play? It all depends on the guy here, how he coaches, how he substitutes. That is the key to our season. Knick Nation, thank you, my band of brothers. I appreciate you guys. So William, I appreciate you. Thank you. 44 games. I can say that. 44. Okay, that's a good number. I'm a little more optimistic than you. I can go 48. But 44, that's reasonable.
I said 45 to 51. I gave them a little, gave more. And that all depends on injuries. If Derrick Rose is healthy and he's playing with that second unit,
I agree.
Definitely over 48 games. Because him running that show with that second unit with a Quickly, Cam and Grimes and Sims and what's the guy, the center we got?
Hartenstein.
Oh my God,
Hartenstein. Yeah, no, I think we have a solid, and we have Jericho Sims coming off that bench. He's just going to get better. You saw flashes in the summer league. This kid is going to be very, very special. Francisco, thank you, brother. We need somebody on bench to help Tibbs, not to be Tibbs when it comes to the horror moves. Yeah,
Brunson's dad is there. Hopefully,
took the word out.
Hey, put my son in. Put my son in. Go take my son out the game, and he'll throw him a couple of elbows. Hopefully, he got that '90s Knicks mentality in him, so maybe he gives him a couple of chops.
I think he's a changed man. I think it's a changed man, Francisco. But I'll give you an LJ on that because there was a lot of horror moves that we saw last year. So, Francisco, I thank you, and Francisco once again. There's a new game that can be Tibbs. It's a new game.
Tibbs handle it.
I think so.
That's the question. So. That's what Knicks sports writers, Knicks media, when we hired Tom Thibodeau, that was the number one statement made by Sports Center, New York Tablets, Post, Daily News, all said, can Tom Thibodeau's old ways be changed? Because they know he's an old school type of basketball coach, half-court coach, defensive-minded coach, and not a run-and-gun style player coach. Can he change his ways? We're gonna find out, Knick Nation. I think this season is gonna be the test where we see if this is what Tom Thibodeau was brought here to do, or like Zenray said, because of his family ties, maybe they just, I won't say demote him, they'll just put him as the right-hand man to Leon Rose, maybe an executive or something like that, and then let Johnny Bryant take over with the youngsters.
Yeah, I want to thank Juby for coming on this evening. I want to thank Francisco and Pasha and Samuel and G-Man and William and Mike. Thank you, Mike, and all you who've come on this evening. To Keith Turner, once again, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you guys. My band of brothers. We're gonna put on Juluis Randle. I put Juluis Randle on a video 2-3 hours back, and I just want to end it with Juluis Randle. Do you think that Juluis Randle can be the king of New York? Once again, I'm going to put this on, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you, my band of brothers. We'll be next week. We're going to do some videos 2 or 3 times a week. We're going to be on Juby's platform sometime next week, so stay tuned. I'll put the description inside my box, and you can watch Juby the 2B family above everything. I thank you all, and here's Juluis Randle. Can he be in New York, the king of New York once again? Juby the 2B, thank you,
my brother. Appreciate it.
Zen Ray out.
You get a reward, the best flow you've ever heard. I done been mixing with birds. I'm a lion on the surge, always pushing to the edge, facing arrows, never scared. From my greatness, I'm a serve, and only under myself. I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play it, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in.
Never give up. Never give up. Knowing that the best is yet to come with love, peace, and gratitude.